arrived in the village and everything was destroyed.
I mean, he took his AK, armed it, and pointed at me and my buddy back then, yes. It's a big reality check that life could end in a second.
I wanted to do my job, but that was too hard.
My friend here was on the same mission with me. We were in Afghanistan in 2009 together. So there was a rough mission, but I think talk about our problem, it helped healing our problem, you know?
It's just a fishing rod. That's better than have a, a gun.
Going up to Route here, which is the main MSR to our
In
north.
December 2001, Canada deployed its first contingent of soldiers to Afghanistan. A concerted response after the 9/11 attacks. This war continued until 2014.
Here in Quebec City, thousands of soldiers were called upon for this mission. In total, 158 Canadian soldiers lost their lives there, 27 of which were based here in Quebec City.
Since Afghanistan, cases of post-traumatic stress disorder among Canadian veterans have doubled.
There has been definitely an increase in PTSD and also other operational stress injuries in military members as a result of Afghanistan.
Today, far from the front line, a growing number of them turn to an unlikely source of relief. A fly fishing program called Heroes Mending on the Fly, or in Quebec, Soigner nos braves par la mouche.
We're still together. We were in the army, so that's just the pleasure to talk and have contact with people. And for me, that I like it.
Even when it's a bad day and we come, we see that it was not so bad because we have people that live through the same kind of stuff.
Before heading to a lake or river, veterans tie their flies, which will be used for the next fishing trip. And all of this is part of a therapeutic approach.
I can just go to my file and start tying fly and my brain goes away. You know, it's really healing for me. It helped a lot. It really helped a lot.
With this nationwide program, veterans discover how the rhythm of nature and peer support can soften the impact of PTSD and sometimes even save lives.
Well, without help, I'm not sure I would have made it. If I had taken that final step years ago, I wouldn't have the pleasure I have today. When I feel like I'm not doing so well, I tie flies. And if it continues, I go fishing.
These veterans from Quebec City had been waiting for this day for several weeks. The fishermen board the boat that will take them to their base camp, their haven for the next 4 days.
When we have a fishing adventure like today, it's no more fun like this, eh? You're a group of friends, go out fishing, a lot of discussion. That's for me. That's what the fly fishing helped me now.
Psychologically, mentally, we escape.
It's different to be on the wood without any helmet and weapon and things like this. That's make my life different today, you know. I did 34 years in the Army, and my trade was in the artillery gunner. Second time in Bosnia, we did patrol, security patrol on the road, and we heard some bullet there. Somebody shot at us. When we arrived on those places, everything was destroyed. I think that's the worst thing that affect me. You know, I joined the Army at 18 years old.
Really?
And I went out at 57 years old. I spent all my career to have something to do or somebody to, hey, you do that, you do that, you do that. And after that, when you finish, nothing.
Doctors then diagnosed him with chronic adjustment disorder, which involves emotional distress that persists over time after an intensely stressful event.
I had 2 years with a psychologist to give me a hand and try to help me, how can I do my life in a civilian life.
Dr. Isabelle Sarafian has been working with military members for 15 years.
We've seen people who went to peacekeeping missions in the Balkans who never had any help and who sort of coped on their own for a long time and then deployed to Afghanistan. And what we realize when we see them is that, yes, Afghanistan was a traumatic experience, but that they've been coping with this for 20 years, actually, just living that way.
Afghanistan was Canada's first major combat mission since the Korean War in the 1950s. It was also one of the longest deployments in Canadian history.
Because it's such an intense experience, and well after the end of the mission, people will still come forward with PTSD symptoms years after their experiences.
I want to do something, you know, find a passion or something to do. So a friend of mine said, hey, you come with us. We have guys who show how to build your own flies and how to flying fishing. So that was a start with that group.
That group Raymond is talking about is Soigner nos braves par la mouche, a non-profit program dedicated to our veterans. And the mission is clear: to contribute to the healing and rehabilitation of our wounded Canadian soldiers who suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder. This Canadian Armed Force veteran is a pioneer of this approach. He even contributed to the establishment of this program here in Quebec and in the rest of Canada.
When I got retired back in 2012, I took the summer 2012 and part of the fall 2012 doing next to nothing. And I spent time fishing, but most of the time just relaxing on the side of the river, just listening in the water. If you're waiting, you'll be feeling the pressure of the water on your legs, the coolness of the water, and you forgot everything. You concentrate on what you're doing and you relax.
So the deal is not to get that fish out of the water.
Getting the fish is not that. It's getting the peace.
Gervais Jeffrey now hopes that this program will provide other veterans with a mental escape from daily stressors resulting from post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's a form of meditation, and it's about taking your time. While I'm focused on tying the flies, I don't think about what's going on. You don't get cured. You learn to live with it. Coming to soigner nos braves par la mouche, that's when I saw I'm not the only one who experiences things like this.
Paul Bélanger was on the front line during the Canadian mission in Afghanistan.
The little green guy with a C7 rifle in his hands, running there in the fields. To give you that image more easily. You never come back the same, no. I realized that after Kandahar. It was my longest deployment. When you come back, everybody else has moved on with their lives, but I carried on in parallel. But now, it's about finding yourself. That is hard. My wife told me, Paul, you're more patient since you've been going to places like this.
When you leave the army, you live kind of family. Sometimes, they play joke on you or you play joke on them. The work side, you miss that.
That's give me the chance to, to talk and to have social time a little bit. Get out of on my own apartment.
One evening, you with other people would actually talk about what their experience, what they did, how they do it, and so on and so forth. Just keep away all the other demons.
Studies show that fly tying and fly fishing offer real relief to veterans living with PTSD.
A powerful path to recovery that also relies on the support of professionals and loved ones.
I wasn't prepared to see such traumatic things. When I came back from Afghanistan, it brought back all those memories I had before. But we all have the same goal, to have a better quality of life. For me, it's therapy, nature's therapy.